All right, so we got a lot of bro science on testosterone and how it causes bloating and hair loss and other side effects. So in this video, we're going to cover the actual chemistry on how this works. That way you get a better understanding of how to manage these side effects and what you can take. So let's get right into this video. All right, guys, so for this video, I made this amazingly beautiful chart for you guys. This pretty much shows you the chemistry of testosterone conversion to estradiol and dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. Now, before we get into each, you got to remember, you do not want to block all of any one pathway because that's going to be disastrous on your looks and how you feel. The body always wants to be in equilibrium. It wants to be balanced out with a little bit of each, not too much of any one of these hormones, because doing so will give you horrendous side effects. The whole point of anabolics is obviously you want to feel good, you want to have great workouts, and you want to look good. All right, so testosterone converts to estradiol via the aromatase enzyme right here. All the drugs that you take to combat too much estrogen are going to work on this enzyme by inhibiting it or blocking it completely. Now remember, you do not want to block all your estrogen. You want to limit some of it so that you don't get the side effects, but you still get the benefits. Because remember, all the anabolic effects of testosterone are done by this conversion right here. This is the main conversion pathway that gives you all the anabolic effects. So if you don't convert any testosterone to estrogen, you're pretty much screwed. You're not going to get any of the benefits of taking testosterone. So the key here is just to limit this pathway enough so you don't get all the side effects, but to still let it function normally so you get all the benefits. Okay, so what happens when your body has too much estradiol? Number one, you're going to have that water retention and bloating. So you're not going to look good. You're going to look poofy and watery. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. Next, you're going to have mood swings, and that's going to pretty much ruin your workouts, ruin your day. You're not going to function good at all. So yeah, that's not good. Next, you're probably going to gain fat, mainly because too much estrogen causes your hormones to fluctuate, and that tends to be very fat loving. We want to avoid that. Your sex drive is going to suck balls, and that's pretty much, yeah, you don't want low sex drive. You're screwed. You might as well just be a girl then. Fatigue. Yeah, you don't want to be tired all the time. Your workouts are going to suck. You're pretty much just going to take testosterone and turn into a fat ball. And then gyno. You're going to have man boobs, and that's going to require surgery. So once you have gyno, it's pretty much non-reversible. So you want to be on top of that before you even get on anything. All right, next, let's go ahead and cover DHT. Now, DHT is converted from testosterone with the 5-alpha reductase 2 enzyme. Again, all the drugs that you take for this are going to be inhibiting or completely stopping this enzyme. Again, you do not want to block all of it, because if you do, you're going to miss a lot of the benefits of DHT. And some of those benefits include your actual muscle tone. So the way your muscle looks, you're not going to have that dry, grainy look if you block too much DHT. Now, too much DHT can cause your swollen prostate, and that's going to make it hard for you to take a piss and other things, and cancer. You do not want to die from taking steroids, so let's kind of avoid too much DHT. Next, hair loss. Yeah, if you're young and you lose your hair, you're pretty much screwed. You ain't get no bitches, so let's avoid the hair loss. And then acne. All those people you see working out with acne and bleeding. All right, now that we have the pathways pretty much covered, let's talk about what happens when you block them. Now, regardless of whatever path you block, what happens is, if testosterone is limited right here, what's going to happen logically? You're going to stop all this testosterone from going this way. So all that is going to end up going to the DHT route. So when you block one, you're going to get more side effects of the other, which is why people who block, for example, DHT for hair loss tend to get more of the estradiol side effects. So they'll start getting either gyno, their moods are lower, or they're retaining more water. So usually, and almost always, if you block one of them, you're going to have to end up taking the other route, drugs, so that you can inhibit that route. Now, again, you do not want to block all of them. So you're never going to really just go on and take the strongest dose of each drug. You're going to take a low dose 5-AR2 inhibitor. So that could be like finasteride or dutasteride. And then you're going to take a low dose along with that of, let's say, Arimidex or Nolvadex. Either of those are good. That way you can combat each. Now, a lot of people think that once they take this, they're going to get even bigger because they're going to have more free testosterone, but that's not true, because Testosterone does not just work in the blood. It has to be converted to estrogen for it to work properly. Now, ideally, do not take any estrogen or DHT blockers because you only want to take those if you start seeing side effects. That way it just naturally does its own job. But if you start noticing side effects, you can start with one drug for whichever pathway you're getting too many side effects from. And then if you start getting side effects of the other route, you can go ahead and take that. Now for the drugs that will help each route, you have your Arimidex and your Nolvadex at the aromatase enzyme. So this is for your estrogen side effects. Arimidex is usually the number one go-to because it's better systemically. And then you have Nolvadex, which is selective for your breast tissue. So if you have really bad gyno, you can go ahead and start with Nolvadex and then Arimidex if you just have overall estrogen side effects. Then for your DHT blocking drugs, you'll have finasteride and dutasteride. Finasteride is pretty much the one that you always want to use. Dutasteride is extremely strong. That's for somebody who wants to go the strong route, but you might block too much DHT with dutasteride. All right, so if you guys have any questions for me or you need any help. I have links in the description for coaching and consultation. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more content. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.